There are people who wait all year to get this kind of warmth, and here it is. The humidity isn't always that popular, but it's here too, so we power on.
You know I like it, but I know it's the minority.
But you're a peculiar kind of guy.
Yeah, that's true in so many senses, and I think it's just a short season that I say bake us, and that's where we're at. And the rest of today looks hot. It's 85, actually down a bit in Portland. We must have turned the wind there. 89 in Sanford. A lot of us will end up right around 90 degrees by later this afternoon, except for far northern Maine, where they're sitting in the 70s still in Caribou after some storms yesterday. Not much cloud development, and that struck me even yesterday, that typically when you're hot and humid, you've got some upward movement in the air, enough to cause convection and clouds, and we haven't seen a whole lot of that. We've got just a little patch of clouds right now over northern York and southern Cumberland County, but it's moving, so it should be out of here pretty quickly. If that's your biggest problem on any given day, things are going well. There's no moisture on the radar either. Models insist maybe an isolated shower or thunderstorm. Sure, seems possible. I don't think there'll be many of them around, though. It's hot and humid through the rest of today and mild tonight. Most of the night spent in the 70s. Briefly getting into the 60s along the coastline, especially with perhaps some fog there because there's so much low-level moisture hanging around. We'll start with some fog tomorrow morning along the coast. We'll burn it off. Another hot and humid day, but I think the headline tomorrow is the potential for severe weather. And as I mentioned before, originally it looked like kind of just a marginal risk of severe storms, but the parameters, spin in the atmosphere, CAPE, which is the amount of available kind of upward motion in the atmosphere, all look higher, stronger than they did a day or two ago. And so I think the severe weather risk is pretty legit here tomorrow afternoon. It'll come into western Maine first. This model has a squall line developing. Some have just some discrete thunderstorms in here through the late afternoon into the early evening, and then a secondary line may develop into the mountains in northern Maine and try to move off to the south and east. So this could be several hours of severe weather, and we can't rule out even an isolated tornado in this scenario. So we'll keep an eye on the radar tomorrow, let you know if anything looks too nasty. It's out of here in time for Friday, and that's another hot day. So Storm Prediction Center, that's the national kind of center or think tank that tells us whether or not there will be severe weather, has us at a 2. And as we've talked about, we really don't get into these top categories in northern New England. So if we get between 2 and 3, that means it's a pretty legitimate chance. It's really almost all of Maine except for extreme down east Maine, and that's tomorrow afternoon into the evening. And again, isolated tornado is a possibility. Best chance of precipitation squarely in the afternoon and then tapering off into the evening. First half of the day should be no problems if you want to get outside and do something, or if work to do, whatnot. So that's kind of the main feature here, is that severe weather. After that, it's a little bit less humid Friday. I don't know if I'd call it comfortable though. Weekend looks good, but hot. Saturday, we've got some mid-90s in Sanford and upper 80s at least along the coastline. Sunday could be potentially even warmer. Some models spitting up, yeah. That's Lucas stuff. Spitting out upper 90s on Sunday. We'll see increasing clouds there Sunday afternoon, and some showers and storms probably Sunday night into Monday, and cool us down a little bit. We'll need it at that point.
Boy, that's a beach weekend coming up.
Yeah, it sure is. It's one you might actually even go in the water.
Yeah, now it's serious.
Yeah.
Thanks, Keith.